This week, we talk the freaking Fed again. They do it again. Gary Smythe comes in. We talk about the Bluffton market, some updates on some local stories that we've always reported. And if you guys find this information useful, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Market Mondays.
Yes.
What's going on in Bluffton?
Bluffton. Well, for the first time in a long time, there were more people listing their homes than there were buyers buying.
So every week, we've put whatever number of properties have come on the market. We've had more properties go under contract in that week.
Correct.
And this week it flipped, and by 9, I think it was.
Pretty
right?
good margin, and maybe that's an indication of things to come. You know, the feds are looking to slow things down, and maybe this is the first indication here in Bluffton market that it's happening.
It'd be good news if they actually slowed down, right? And then the feds would stop.
Sure
with
would.
the interest rates, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
So this is already having an effect on prices?
prices are slowing. Multiple offers are, fewer and farther between. Inventory is looking a little better now. It's getting better for buyers, but the prices are still firm. They're still up there.
Average selling price in Bluffton is still up 33% year over year.
Year over year.
And then the number that I find so interesting is cumulative days on the market. The amount of time a property is on the market is down to 40. Like that's as low as I've ever seen it.
Exactly. So even though all this is happening, and we're seeing, in the news what's going on with the market, it's still a very strong market here.
So these changes, the question that we ask every week, are prices going to go down?
I mean, they always can, but I will say it's all about supply and demand. And right now, that doesn't seem likely. So we're still seeing very strong market. There's still people out. I have lots of people myself on the sidelines waiting for that home that they've been looking for. And they're actually kind of excited to say, hey, this might be our time when we can buy the home we want.
You've said it, then it must be true.
Right? We'll
this
see.
is going to be on the internet, and if it's on the internet, that's true, right?
Exactly.
All right, the produce stand. We reported a couple weeks ago about the produce stand at the flyover as you come onto Hilton Head.
Right on Hilton Head, yes.
They were told they needed to get out.
They had to get out earlier in September, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Now it sounds like they found a new place, and maybe it's even better. Right off the traffic circle in Pope Avenue by Coligny.
Yep.
Wednesday through Friday, they'll be there 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yep.
That's a great location.
And
Lots of activity.
Yeah, there's a lot of people
I think they just
there.
upgraded.
I would think so. I would think that there's a lot of people that are sitting in traffic that don't want to stop coming onto the island on Saturday.
I don't. I just want to get home.
Yeah, and this could be, they pick up stuff as the week goes on all week long. So I think it is an upgrade.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
good news, congratulations. We're glad to see them find a new spot.
Yeah.
The Palmetto Bluff lawsuit.
As a group of homeowners that are accusing or saying that the developer was monopolizing the amenities over in Palmetto Bluff.
Basically, they're accusing them of a scheme to kind of bolster the community so that they could flip it, make money, and be out in a set period of time.
I think they said something like wring out as much profit in an 8-year window as possible, something to that effect.
Yeah, I think it was exactly that.
Yeah.
So,
the way I understand it is the developer was wanting to throw the court case out.
To go to arbitration.
To go to arbitration instead, and the judge ruled there wasn't enough evidence, so they're going to continue to march on to the court and see if they can find a resolution then.
We saved the big news for last. I heard the Fed did something a couple days ago with interest rates.
They raised the rates, 0.75% again, the third time in a row. The Fed's commentary seems to be the most aggressive. They're trying to convince these investors that, hey, we're really serious about inflation. We're going to stop it, and they'll do what it takes.
And we decided that, this is transitioning from a nuisance in the economy to something that's going to have some impact. And so we've decided to add a segment to our Market Mondays, and that's our Mortgage Minute. So we asked Brian Neumann to come in today, and this is going to be a new segment that we do every week where we have a mortgage professional come in and share some insight with us. So Brian, thanks for stopping in.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Tell us what we need to know. What's important about what just happened with the Fed?
So what's important is, the Fed's raising their short-term borrowing rates to help combat the inflation problem that's going on in the country. It doesn't directly impact the mortgage rates that we do, but it definitely has an ancillary impact to it. So rates are higher. I mean, We're at levels that we haven't been at in the last 15 years. I mean, back then, if you remember, the purchase market was really strong 15 years ago.
So they just raised 3/4 of a point. What's happened to mortgage rates since they did that 2 days ago?
Mortgage rates have continued to increase.
How much have they gone up in the last 2 days since?
In the last 2 days is probably about 1/4 to 3/8 of a point on a lot of things. They are predicted to stay up at these levels for probably about another 6-9 months. Then at some point we should start to see them falling. Still telling a lot of people it's nothing to be scared of. You know, you're buying the house, not the rate. You know, we can always refinance these loans down the road. When rates do drop, we still think it's a good time to get in. You know, historically, we're still below the historic averages.
So what is the short-term rate right now? Is it called the Fed fund rate?
The federal funds rate is between, was it 3 and 3 1/4?
Do you think they're going to raise it again?
I mean, there is another, there's next meetings in November, right before the elections, and it is projected that they'll raise it again. I think right now, everybody's planning on at least another 50 to 75 basis points. I think the 75 is probably what they're looking at, but they'll look at the inflation and economic numbers in October and November before the meeting.
Is there a number where people should start to get scared?
I don't think so. Interest rates are, temporary in time for what you need. You can't buy that house again. You can't reset the home price.
Yep.
So if it's the home you want, it fits your needs, you buy it and you deal with the interest rate as life changes.
One of the things that I find striking about this whole thing is the Fed raises rates. People don't like uncertainty. Like, they hate uncertainty.
Yes.
Right? The Fed raises the rate, people get uncertainty, they stop buying stuff, purchases slow down, and then we act surprised. Isn't that exactly what they're trying to do?
It's what a recession is.
Yeah.
Stop things from going, forward.
Yeah. So maybe we should kind of change our outlook on this and say, like, hey, if it's actually happening, that's a good thing. Let's get this in the rearview mirror.
Exactly. The faster we get to it, the faster we can get out of it. So I mean, I don't think there's a ton of uncertainty. We're headed where we're headed, and we know the economy outlook is going to change over the next year.
Well, thanks, man. Thanks for coming
Absolutely.
in. We
Appreciate
really
you guys
it.
having me.
Thanks on behalf of our viewers for coming in, and we'll put Brian's contact information below in case you need to reach Brian. That was great having Brian come in. I'm looking forward to have these mortgage folks that have their finger on the pulse. I'm looking forward to their input every week, because that is, I think, the question in everybody's mind is what's happening and what's the impact going to be.
Yeah, top of mind for sure.
The mailbag this week, Dan, good name. Dan asks, do you fear the small island culture of Hilton Head will change as the population continues to grow from out of state?
I mean, that's a good question. I've been here myself for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
So it's changed a lot in 30 years, because back then we called it the small island culture. And we're still calling it that. And part of the reason is, it's an island. You can't grow up, you can't grow out. And so, it's a little busier and things in here, but we still have all the things that I loved about the island are still here. The great beaches, good restaurants, biking trails all over. So those things aren't going to change. They're here. And really, the town's great. They really are proactive in keeping land, preserving it as much as they can. We can't build high rises here. It's not going to be Manhattan. So I feel like there's going to be some version of that small island culture still in the future.
Expanding on Dan's question, my question to you is, what about our politics?
Our politics. Now that's a good question.
Well, I mean, we have lots of people. I mean, South Carolina has been a fairly conservative state, especially in more rural areas, a little bit less so in cities like Charleston. But Charleston is maybe flipped a little bit. And certainly people from more liberal cities and states have moved during COVID. Do you see the politics changing as well?
There's a real possibility if they vote, and I can't imagine they wouldn't. So I think it probably would.
It's a democracy.
Yes.
Right? All right, great episode this week. One big ask. My friend Heather Nix, she asked me if I would join her on a podcast. So we started a podcast. We shot a couple of episodes. It's dropping this Wednesday on YouTube and all the places that y'all consume podcasts. Please watch it. We got 3 shows coming out on Wednesday, and then it'll be bi-weekly after that. Next week. See ya.